Shannon Toll.
Thank you, Roger. How many of you are excited to be here? I'm excited to be here. I have to tell you, too, that it was a little bit of a bittersweet decision that I had to make because my unit is attending a career conference in Toronto this weekend. So you can imagine how my heart was pulled. Where do I go? Where do I go? And I just prayed and I just knew God would send me to the right place that I needed to be. And I really believe that I'm here for a reason. I have a beautiful consultant here with me this weekend, Deborah Brown, and I was able to fly to Edmonton just yesterday and spend some time with my star consultant. So there's never any accidents. We can all agree? Mm-hmm. Right? How many of you are ready to amp up your confidence? I talked a little bit about that earlier when I was on stage. You know, are you ready to make confidence your best fashion accessory? Yeah. I really believe that confidence comes with experience, and I want you to write these things down. Because we're going to talk a little bit about them. Experience, drive, humility, and the willingness to grow and improve. You know, I look at myself today. 22 years ago in May will be that I embarked on this amazing opportunity. And I am not the same person that I am today. Why? Why do you think that might be? A little experience? I have a favorite saying that you act in spite of your fears. How many of you are ready to act in spite of your fears? You know that old saying, when the pain of remaining the same becomes greater than the pain of change, you'll move mountains? How many of you agree with that? Mm-hmm. How many of you are sitting in a painful place right now? Painful place. You know, it's that sitting on the fence. We are not happy where we are. Why? Because we're sitting on the fence. I was having a great conversation with Sandy earlier, and she says, wow, I'm so impressed you did what you said you were going to do. So many people, and this wasn't even Mary Kay related, she says, so many people say they're going to do something, and they don't do it. And I said, well, you know what? I was 100% committed. I stepped over the line and made a decision. And that is what it's going to take for you to be able to grow from where you are today to where you want to be. You're going to have to make that decision, become 100% committed, and act in spite of your fears each and every single day. Each and every single day. The other word I want to share with you is drive. You know, Mary Kay used to always say, action equals results. And I used to believe her. And then there was a time in my life and in my business where I was acting, but I wasn't seeing results. I was putting effort in, but I wasn't seeing results. And I had to do some self-evaluation. And I asked myself, what's going on? Why am I not where I want to be? And you know what it really truly was? Number one, I wasn't passionate. And I didn't have the power of intention behind my action. So my favorite equation to success is action plus passion with the power of intention will equal results. It's not just about action equaling results. Drive. Drive. Are you ready to drive your Mary Kay business through the roof? Are you ready to drive your Mary Kay business to soar through greater heights? How many of you are ready to walk across that stage at seminar this year with some kind of feather in your cap, whether it be a brand new red jacket, whether it be a senior sales director, new sales director, Cadillac director, quarter sales, quarter sharing? You got to leave here with a commitment for the next 4 months to act in spite of your fears and put some passion and power of intention behind your commitment. Humility. School is never up for the pro. And you know, one of the things that I really realized over the years, I am so flawed. And I just thank God for allowing me to see my own flaws and see the beauty and the defects in my flaws. But one of the things that I really have come to realize is that, you know, sometimes we just have to put our ego in the box. Sometimes we have to make sure that we check that on a regular basis. And you know, I can learn from every single person that I meet. There's somebody here. I know every single person that I meet, whether they're on the street, whether they're a waitress, whether they're a house cleaner, whether they're a homemaker, whether they're an executive assistant. Each and every single person that I meet can teach me something. Is that the attitude that you have? Willingness. Willingness. You know, Mary Kay and my national sales director, you know, I love it when they say we're from the Go Give area. And no offense to Mary Kay, but it would be disrespectful to my national sales director if I didn't honor her every time I spoke, and that's the beautiful Heather Armstrong. And I know that some of our Armstrong area directors are here. I'm so excited. I can't wait to talk to you afterwards. But Heather Armstrong is truly one of the most amazing women in my life. I've known her for over 30 years when my mom made that decision 30 years ago to become a Mary Kay independent beauty consultant. One of the best trainers and teachers in Mary Kay. And you know, I was probably one of her worst students. Her biggest brats. And you know, the one thing that I loved about Heather was that she allowed me to sometimes take that road less traveled on my own and make that decision on my own. But she taught me that you can't take a capable person and make them willing. It's impossible. But you can take a willing person and make them capable beyond measure. So the question that you have to ask yourself this weekend, today, before you leave here tomorrow, is, am I willing? Am I willing? And if you are, you need to tell your mentor, you need to tell your directors, you need to tell the people who are in your amen corner that you are willing, because they will help you see the beauty in your defects. They'll help you become capable beyond measure. And growth, both personal, internal and external. You know, growth comes with a price. How many of you agree with that? Growth comes with a price. Think of that wonderful, beautiful monarch butterfly. But how many of you are willing to pay the price for growth? How many of you are willing to work, risk, and sacrifice for your family? You know, I look at the sacrifice that my mom made for me 43 years ago. But 30 years ago, when she quit that full-time job to become a Mary Kay independent beauty consultant as a single parent of 13-year-old twins at home. If she hadn't made that decision, to see that her family was more important, you know, she never used my brother and I as an excuse. She used us as a reason. So ask yourself, if you have children, if you have grandchildren, if you have nieces and nephews, we all have children who are watching us, are we using our children as an excuse? Or are we using our children as a reason? I am such a proud mom. My son is 9 years old today, for this past week. And, you know, I have to say that my son is the reason why I get up when I fall. I scrape it off. You know, I always say this, you know, I'm never down. I'm either up or getting back up. And I teach him that too. And he's just the light of my life. He truly is. So my challenge to you is, as you grow your Mary Kay business, as you grow your personal business, that you aim to have 100 skincare customers. Because, you know, this business really is simple. How many of you agree? It's not easy. It's not easy to get the nose, but it is truly simple. And it's all about progress, not perfection. Progress, not perfection. That's that last word, improving. Don't try to be perfect, because you never will be. But if you act in spite of your fears each and every single day, if you put some passion and power of intention behind your action, and you say to yourself, it's all about progress, not perfection, you will grow. That to me is a recipe of success. So remember, success is an inside job, and ultimately, you can choose to let your past define you and confine you, or you can choose to learn and grow and leave it behind you. Who's ready to leave their past behind you? Who's ready to throw out the rearview mirror or smash the rearview mirror and pull out your binoculars? Because you know it's absolutely impossible. Did you hear this word? It is impossible for you to move forward when you're still sitting looking in the rearview mirror. So even if you have to take a real rearview mirror and take a sledgehammer and smash it, guess what? I challenge you to do that. My son, as I said, he's the reason why I get up when I fall. He's the reason why I keep going, and he's the reason why I act in spite of my fears each and every single day. So my prayer is that you've been inspired through my message today. I can't wait to chat with you over the next 24 hours and, you know, pick your brain and you pick my brain and just share and grow together, because you know what? That's what this business is all about. It's about growing together, sharing, and making this the most unbelievable 4 months of the year. So I know you can do it. Thank you for having me here. It's been great sharing with you today.